Good morning. We're in northwest Georgia here, about 40 miles west of Atlanta. This morning we're going to walk around and take a look at the garden. It's a nice, beautiful morning this morning. It's a little nip in the air. Feels good. I've been starting my vegetables here, out here on the front porch. It's warm enough now, and we have some basils here and some mints, have some onions, and a few collards, summer collards over here, and peppers, eggplants, and whatnot. They'll be going out in the garden a little bit later when they get a little bit of size on them. We're over here in the squash garden right now. It's a pretty large squash garden. We wanted to get rid of the seeds and all the old seeds we had. And, we planted them all, and doggone, they just came up. So we're going to have a large squash garden. And we just noticed our first bloom this morning, and it won't be long. We'll be picking squash, and seems to be a good bit of it right now. Okay. We're in the cornfield and okra field now, and we have like 5 rows of corn over here and about 5 rows of okra over here. They're very long rows. The corn here is how sweet it is. We didn't get a real good stand of it this year, but all in all, with so much of it, I think it's going to pollinate all right. It's a real warm weather corn, and it takes a temperature to really get a good seed germination on it. We just did it a little early this year. The okra is crimson spineless. I planted that last year, had a good bit of it, and I sold a good bit of it. It sells well here in this area. I happened to stick a few pepper plants in here I'd had, and just to get them out of the way. But everything's going pretty good right now. Okay, this right here is our backyard garden. We have corn here, and this is more mainly for our personal use, and it's something quick. We run out the back door, grab a tomato, corn, or pick a few beans or something like that for supper. And it's a convenient garden. It's a small garden, but we get a good bit out of it, really. This is 4 rows of how sweet it is corn here. We're still in the personal garden now. This is the beans. These top 2 rows were planted a little earlier, and they'll be coming off a little sooner. They've been doing pretty good. I didn't fertilize these beans, but seems like to me if you put too much fertilizer on them, make a lot of plant and not much beans. Up a row here is the tomato plants. Now these are the boxcar willies, and we have some mortgage lifters in there. That's the first time we planted them this year. Okay. This is the backyard garden part of it too, and I always especially wanted you to see the sunflowers. We grow a few of them, and it gives us something to really look at when we look out the window and see the garden, especially when they're in bloom. We're in one of our lower fields here, and they collect a lot of water. So I've gone with this terrace row setup this year. It's something I never tried before. Sometimes I get a little washing in this field, and I've thrown up these high terraces here, and it seems to be working pretty well. We had a really wet winter here, and it got the dirt up in the air, and it got it dried out some, and it helped to heat it up too. It warmed up well. I put tomato plants on here. These are mostly Rutgers tomatoes. In between of them, I planted a small crop of radishes. We'll be taking that out here probably in a week or 2, and when they are mature. Down in the lower part of the field, it's set up the same way, and we have watermelons in that, cantaloupes, and cucumbers. I believe I'm going to try to run most of them to be up on the terrace and try to keep them out of the middles. That'll be an experiment I'll have to work with. But this is well, that's going to wrap up our little tour of the garden and everything for this month in May. Maybe next month we'll have some things blooming and it'll look a lot prettier. I'd like to express my appreciation to the Bayou Gardener, his videos, and performing the forum that we're all enjoying, and all the forum members with so much encouragement that even an old dog can learn a few tricks.